Namaste, my friend. Sorrow, happiness, stress, suffering are not located in a person, in a situation. Can you see a person and you say that, oh, this person is sorrow? This person is full of stress, that's why it is giving me the stress. Just think, I'm in front of you. Am I giving happiness or sorrow? I cannot be the object of sorrow and happiness. No person in the world outside contains, what I say, contains sorrow or happiness. So then where the sorrow and happiness lives? Sorrow and the happiness lives in my mind. Sorrow and happiness lives in my mind. How the sorrow and happiness lives in my mind? Can you experience sorrow without a thought? Oh, there is no thought, so, and there is a sorrow. There is no thought, but still I have a stress. Just become aware of it. Thought, without thought, there can be no sorrow. Without sorrow, there cannot be a thought. So thought, and where lives the thought? Thought lives in my mind. Just for example, how do I see you? I see you as a wonderful person. Wonderful, also you have a beauty of the mind that is always seeking welfare of others, that always looking for happiness of everyone. And it is superimposed by the thought of expectations from the others. At least I am a mother. You should minimum pay respect to me. Do you respect yourself? Yes, I respect myself. Then never get into anxiety. That is a great respect that you are going to pay to yourself. So the stress and the suffering and the anxiety lives in the expectations. And who expects? I expect. Who is this I? This I has come from the habit, from the society, from the culture, from the education, from our unconscious behavior and attitude. As you know, everyone expects the mom and the dad to be respected. It is their independent choice whether they do it or not. But now see, I'm grateful to the air, the sun, the space and the water and the fire and the earth. Why I should be grateful? I'm just thinking emotionally. I get a feel Why I am grateful? They give to us unconditional love. Whether I am sleeping or in coma, air is available to me. Space is available to me. Sun is available to me. The water is always available to me, not only to drink but also to clean my body. Just see that. I, what happens when we are clouded by the expectation? It builds the ego, and that ego creates a center within me, a limitedness. I squeeze myself. In that squeezing, I get into anxiety, I get into duality, I get into conflict. How to become unlimited? When I feel a sense of unlimitedness, there is a sense of freedom, and there is a sense of peace and happiness in our life. Instantly it comes. Thanks the air which is always available to me. It doesn't send the bill to me. How many breaths you have taken? Air does not expect. We should be like the air. No expectation. Let me give like the air. Let me give like the space. Let me give like the sunlight. Let me give like the water, my friend. Then it happens. Then what happens? Then that sense of squeezing attitude drops, dissolves. We become very open. We are always ready to receive what is the best, what is the greatest, and what is the most beautiful in our life. If the other person is suffering, it is his or her choice. You cannot do anything. So this mind contains, I would say, trillions of impressions, of expectations, which we are not aware, but we felt habitually, impulsively, instinctively during our entire life since our birth until today. So those trillions of impressions goes on increasing if I keep the same attitude and the behavior of expectations. You expected once, that caused you the anxiety, and that impression of the anxiety went deep inside. It merged with already trillions of expressions, and it creates a another set of millions of attitude and behavior awaiting for us to be expressed in a situation with a person in relationship. Then I don't have a feeling of goodness about that person. So the first you express by a thought that you don't have a feeling of goodness about that person, and that thought created an anxiety in you. So sometimes people ask me, I don't have a feeling of goodness towards other person. If you start thinking mentally and emotionally with a feeling, you just start thinking 1 day, 2 days, second day, 7 days, and after a few days you will start feeling the sense of well-being, sense of goodness towards other person. Is it helping others? No, it is helping you. You are only responsible for your sorrow and happiness. You are not responsible for sorrow and happiness of others. But when you express peace and happiness, it gives the peace and happiness to others also. Day before yesterday, this young guy told me that he is crazy about his dad and mom. They don't listen what is right. I told him, when you were born, did your mom told you at the time of the birth, why the hell you are crying? Calm down. Mother had a giving nature. She rushed from the kitchen to you. She hugged you. She fed you the milk. Now reverse this situation. If the mom should have said you, what the heck, why you are crying? So when I told him, he started crying in tears. You know, the good people realize the importance of giving. I never thought like this. I said, you have to think like this. Being grateful to the parents. Not only your parents, your grandparents, your grandparents. But how to do it? You simply think. In spite of all the challenges, mom and dad, that I feel you have offered me is a great opportunity for me to be grateful, to be in the giving mode. You have given me so much. I will continue to give. I will avoid any ill will feeling against you. That means I'm killing the expectations in my life from anyone. But at the same time, I start melting and dissolving all those trillions of impressions I just discussed. And at the same time, you are also building a new relationship, a fresh relationship. It may take time, it may take a couple of weeks and the months, but what will happen? No one will dare to cause you any anxiety, stress, and conflict. No one can make you crazy. Can I say this mouse becomes crazy to me? Yes. How? Because this is my mouse. So my mouse means I'm related. Oh, so the craziness, stress, and struggle lies in the relationship. And in that relationship, if there is an element of expectation, wanting, desiring, possessing, it will cause a lot of challenges to you. Now, mouse is there to work for the computer. I am independent of this mouse. Mouse has stopped working. Let me check it. If it doesn't work, let me replace it. Finished. Wherever we are related, I will talk in detail in our next session. When I am related, when related means I have an expectation. And sometimes this expectation comes because of the habit. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed and we make your body comfortable. Make your body comfortable. You are aware of the position of the body. Eyes are closed gently, and Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. I'm translating this phrase like this. We can translate in other ways also. So this is a thought. What is a thought? May there be happiness for all. So now you invoke other thoughts related to happiness. What is that thought? Everyone is seeking happiness. Why? Happiness is the essential nature. It is the nature of every living species, including all my relations. It is the nature. What is the nature of the sugar? What is the nature of the salt? What is the nature of... Just answer that question in your mind. What is the nature of a sugar, salt, chili, jalapeno? Unripe mango? That is their nature. Nature means what? The nature cannot be separated. So is happiness my essential nature? Yes, not only mine, but it is also the nature of every relations, people I meet. So if the happiness is the nature of every living species, including my relations, I think of giving happiness to all. How? By my behavior and attitude. You simply think like this and you will see the feeling will erupt, will surge into your mind, maybe on the first day, maybe after a few days. So the thought now gets associated with the feeling. What will happen? Your feeling of expectations will drop. That expectations comes from the sense of ego. It is the ego that says, I'm expecting, at least I'm a mom and I'm a dad or I'm a son, so long list. You drop all this. So what happens? Your giving nature not only dissolves your past impressions, but it changes your behavior and attitude, leaves you in the state of happiness. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Peace is essential nature. I told you peace exists with I. Then only you can say I am in. Then only you can say I am in peace. Can you look at the mouse and you say here is the peace? Can you look at the person? Can you say here is the peace? Can you look at your son or daughter and you say that here is a peace? No, you recognize that person is your son, daughter, honey, etc. Do you see that? So when we say may there be peace for all, means what? Peace is my essential nature. Peace has to be related to I, he, me. So first let me understand that my nature is peace. So I will continue to behave and act and think in peace. Means what? I drop all the expectations. So when I say I think, behave and act in peace, it means I have started thinking of giving, not taking. Taking means expectation. You just start thinking, I'm not ready to take anything from anyone. Ah, this guy is in stress, I'm not ready to accept it. Let me give peace and happiness. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Let there be completeness in all. What expectation does? Expectation says, I expect you to give me happiness. What it means? So I'm expecting, I'm desiring happiness, but before that something happened in the mind. What happened in the mind? I'm not happy, hence I'm expecting peace and happiness from others. Are you getting it? You can say we are also doing the practice, but we are doing the practice with understanding, with wisdom, with clarity in the mind. If the mind keeps on expecting and you are doing the practice even for thousands of hours, but the mind keeps on expecting, it does not understand that nothing is going to happen anytime, anyone you meet. First thought, how I can give happiness, peace, love and affection. You change your mind from expectation mode to giving mode by thinking mentally, emotionally, and it will change your entire perspective. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Let there be auspiciousness for all. Existence around us, including sun, space, air, fire, water, earth, are always ready to embrace us with love and affection. They have an unconditional offering to us. That's why we are sleeping soundly, deeply, and still the air goes inside us, the space is given to us, the ground is given to us. The fire means that power which helps the metabolism, the physiological functioning to work. It keeps on working. The entire existence is in a giving mode, and we are always in expecting mode. So when we tune ourselves with the entire existence, we enter very deep into a state of the calm, because now I feel everyone is supporting me. No, my son makes me crazy. No, he is giving you an opportunity to give. But why I feel that he makes me crazy? Because of expectation. And you just switch on. Switch off the expectation mode. Switch on the giving mode. Thank you, my son. I understand your challenges. Let me sit down. Let me have a cup of tea with you. Then we will discuss. You are a wonderful person. How much effort you need to say this? Now let us move the mind little deeper, being comfortable. Look at look at the neck joint. Be there. Who is there? Mind. Where do you feel sensation, comfort and steadiness? Look deep inside. Just become aware of the space and the emptiness. That is your awareness. From here, you can change switch on and switch off mode. Become aware of the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Feel gently, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. To whom we are grateful at this moment of being comfortable. Look at this physical body comes from the existence, and existence has such a complex functioning, regulating trillions of the cells which makes the human body. Are you are you managing the whole body, or is it the existence? Yes, we are managing in terms of what food that we take, exercise that we do, but in the end, who is responsible for entire maintenance of the body? The existence, because of the air, water, fire, earth, food that we receive from the same existence. When you think in this way, the mind becomes very soft and gentle. The anxiety, reaction, duality melts away. Just see the role of the existence. That makes you all the time comfortable. Look at the air. You cannot be comfortable. If there is some breathing difficulty. That makes me comfortable. The space around me is making me comfortable. I feel a sense of independence. When even you think like this, you are already connecting. You are dropping the expectation. The hardcore rational people do not see the reality, so they don't do the practice. You are doing it. You are thinking in that way, and that makes you comfortable. So we find the comfort in every situation, condition, relationship. Means what? Expectation mode is off. Giving mode is on. Being carefree. Oh, what is the giving mode here? Just first be carefree. So like the mental highway, like the highway, we have a mental highway. It has 3 lanes. The first lane, unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. Second lane is the intellect, is the knower who observes, who declares that I have unwanted thoughts in my mind. That is your lane 2. And the lane 3 is the state of the calmness and peace. It is always there. So when I am in expectation mode 1, and or I'm not in that, so what happens? The past impression triggers, they manifest in the lane 1 as unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. So you are watching it. The moment you say, I say you are watching it, it means you are aware of the lane 1 and lane 2. Lane 2, all the expectations, unwanted, unwelcome thoughts are there, and the lane 2 is watching. And the moment there is a separation that you are different from all kinds of thoughts pertaining to the expectations, you always remain calm. The calmness returns. Calmness cannot be disturbed. What about the unwanted thoughts? We need to purify the mind, to dissolve all these impressions that trigger by the unconscious reservoir. How? That is what we are doing. So when I say being carefree, you are free from all the cares of the mind. How the mind cares? By expectation. When the mind starts carrying you in a giving mode, then you are not affected by anyone outside. You are always in a giving mood. Whatever the situation is, whatever the condition is, whosoever is with you, who leaves you or who joins you, doesn't make any difference. I believe you are getting it. We shared, we exchanged lot of messages, and then I thought this idea, so-called this wisdom with the practice, should bring about a change in our behavior and attitude. Now you are waiting for an unwanted, unwelcome thoughts to convert it into an opportunity. You get a thought, an image about your son or anyone or in your relations. I will give peace and happiness to him or her. I will find an opportunity. I am simply saying you say in your mind, that is your attitude, and then you express your action when they meet you, your behavior. Attitude in the mind, behavior is expressed in action. You will discover that you have such an infinite peace. You will find you were squeezing yourself, now you have become unlimited. Sense of being unlimitedness is the freedom from the outer situation, condition, people, relations. You will be filled with a tremendous energy. When we squeeze ourselves because of expectation, that creates ego. We always suffer. We always suffer. We always suffer. Even you might be feeling a sense of relief. My friend, that is why Eastern wisdom is a journey. And the journey depends on the level of the seeking. That commitment, that readiness, 24/7 changes our life. So let us do a simple step so that we keep purifying the mind. Looking inside the forehead in the space, you see the space, pick a point in the space, and you say Shantoham, means I'm the peace. And wait. There should be an interval, there should be a pause. That pause is nothing but the space. You see, you have a whiteboard and you use the black pen to write something, and still the space is, that whiteboard is always present. Are you getting it? I believe so. So you are not in a hurry. Your body is in a state of sensation, comfort and steadiness. Then you look at the skin of the forehead, you feel some sensation. Then you look inside the skin of your forehead, you find the space, maybe darkness. So in that darkness, you are dropping Shantoham with a white marker. Shantoham. So in the space inside your head, you actually see Shantoham, and then you give a little interval or a pause. That, what is that pause? That is also the whiteboard. And then again you say the Shantoham, where you are writing Shantoham on the whiteboard. Or here it is the emptiness, darkness. With understanding, Shantoham means I am the peace. I believe I am clear. That emptiness, behind that darkness lies our real nature. So we have to approach that real nature, that is of the nature of the peace and happiness. We are asking the mind to remember, to recall, to invoke. How? By the mantra. Where is the mantra? The Shantoham. Where is the meaning of the mantra? I am the peace. So when I am saying I am the peace, I enter deep into that space and I meet my real self. Shantoham. We are not in a hurry. When we are in a hurry, when we are in a worry, it means I have a lot of expectation even from the meditation. You have to drop all the expectations from the meditation, but keep doing the practice. And if you want to keep the expectation in meditation or in any journey, you just say that my nature is peace and happiness and I want to settle into that. I want to recognize, I want to realize that, which is already within me. I need not to acquire anything from outside. That changes my behavior and attitude. Again, I'm saying first is the attitude in the mind, and then I express that same attitude in my behavior through my thought, speech, and action. Done. You know, many people say, done deal. Yes, it is a done deal. Done deal. But here we want to see that can the mind continue to say Shantoham, maintaining awareness of the darkness of the space inside with an interval gently, and at the same time now we want to check it. Can the mind live into that state in action outside the world? So we help the mind to live into that state. So what we add one thing more, you start breathing quick and gentle breath from the rib cage. So mind is doing one action, that is your short and gentle breathing. At the same time, the mind is also saying Shantoham in the space, with an interval. You are listening to me, that is one point of awareness. You are aware of sensation, comfort, and steadiness, that is another point of awareness. You are aware of the space inside the forehead, third point of awareness. You are dropping Shantoham, fourth point of awareness. You are aware of the interval, seventh point of awareness. You are also aware of the breathing. Your mind is totally engaged. That what will happen? It will bring a kind of self-absorption. Keep on, continue. This is only for a higher seeker like you, not for everyone. Oh, they can do the practice, but unless we have a clear understanding of these principles, if there is no clarity and a conviction, the mind will invite all the thoughts of expectations. But now there is no thought of expectations in your mind. That is what it is, a progressive, gradual journey. Shantoham continues, stillness in the body continues. High into the space, you're aware of the space dropping with an interval, and also knowing I am peace, you are indicating behind that space. And stop this, even stop the mantra. Do nothing. Experience the changes. Welcome the changes. Recognize these sensations. Live in these sensations as long as they continue. You're in a mood of not expectations. You are in a mood of waiting what the existence is giving to us at this moment with such a little effort of dropping Om Shanti and doing such a breath. The existence is offering a change in the sensation, change in the feeling, maybe the calmness and the quietness. It is the existence is offering us. No one can offer you that peace and joy inside anything in the world outside. Why don't we recognize this all the time? And that is why we are grateful to the sun, irrespective whether we connect to the sun mentally or not. Sun continues to give us the light. We need not to take a vitamin D supplement. The vitamin D for the mind is being grateful. So when I'm grateful, I'm giving. When I'm connecting consciously, I'm just aware. I think in that mode. My attitude towards the sun and the space. So in the Eastern wisdom, they are known as the God. The definition of the God in Eastern wisdom is the word known as Deva. So Deva literally means giving nature. Sun has a giving nature, the space has a giving nature. How can I move from your house to or my house to your house? It is because of the space. Car comes secondary, driving is a secondary. And the air that is helping me to exist and to live in this body and the mind complex all the time. And the fire means any hormones, fire means the enzymes, fire means the power by which we digest the food, we clean our bowel, any force that increases our energy. How the vegetable converts into an energy or a fat converts into an energy or a protein. Mysterious. And then the water inside 70% of the water, and outside it helps us to live in purity, cleanliness. Everything is helping us. So when the mind has this attitude of being grateful, and then what happens? Then the earth. In our traditional knowledge, we say that the moment you take the first step on the on the earth, you ask forgiveness from the earth. Mentally, I'm saying, why you ask the forgiveness? I'm putting my feet on your head. I am sorry, but you're helping me to exist. And then the second layer of our being grateful to our parents, our ancestors, our kids. I told you, every day in the morning, you just think, oh, my parents, you gave me the birth as a human being. Ultimately, that human being has a free will and the intellect. I have the free will and intellect. That's why I'm treating the path of the Eastern wisdom to realize. I will not allow the mind to make you make blame, complain, and react to you, because they all come from the expectations. Whatever you are, the way you are, it is all, I'm grateful. You have endured pain for me. Not only to your parents, grandparents, and other parents, and now come to your children, come to your kids. Oh, you were angry over me, so you are teaching me how to be patient with you, free from the expectation. After all, you are my kids. Let me give you the peace and happiness the way I gave you the same. I cared you at the time of your birth. I help you to grow. May God help you succeed. And then to the teachers, and it brings the sense of humility in us. And that sense of the humility increases the receptivity. When it increases the receptivity, we become a seeker, and the seeker bypasses the ego caused by the lot of expectations. So the third group of the people in the knowledge, how I could teach you if the knowledge is not passed on by the master, not passed on that knowledge to my master by his master, and the continuity of the knowledge continues. So when you are grateful to the teacher, you are not only grateful to one teacher, you are grateful to all the teachers and the knowledge that is existing before us. I have to receive, I have to realize. To all the human beings, a stranger, any human being who enters into my life, I am grateful. Now the entire world, the people, the teachers, and the parents, and the sisters, and the kids, they are helping me to evolve. They are angry, I maintain calm. It teaches me the endurance and the patience. That level of awareness is required in order to succeed and awaken to our real self. And in the end, to all the living creatures in the entire material world, you have lot of pets. Be grateful that they are. Why you should be grateful to all those pets? Because they are helping you to express that unconditional love to them, the way the unconditional love is offered to me by the entire existence, my friend. Look at this moment. Look at this moment, my friend. You have to live into that. How? By thinking, creating an attitude in the mind, and outer behavior. So you are not affected by how anyone behaves. You are creating a sense of gratefulness to those people. Live into that state. Now you see that knowledge should be present behind an awareness of the breath. You are looking at the breath. Keep looking at the breath. The breath is going in and out. You are watching. We explore deeper. You feel the sensation of the breath going in and out. And at the same time, you are also aware of the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You are just aware of the breath. You are just aware of the sensation and the relaxation and stillness in the body. You are just aware of the mind, which has few unwelcome, unwanted thoughts, but your attention is more on the breath and the body and the calmness and the joy. Don't ever expect that all these unwanted, crazy thoughts will go easily. But you are not concerned, you are not related to them. That is the point of the wisdom and the knowledge we need to do while being aware of the breath. Just being aware of the breath. Being aware of the breath. So you are aware of the breath, or I can say you are watching the breath going in and out. It seems outer level, external, and internal your attitude. What is that attitude? Attitude towards the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts? Oh, let them come and go. Done. So you are having a witness attitude towards the breath, towards the thought, towards the body. It helps you to enter into a higher consciousness. What is higher consciousness? You expand your mind. You live in a how the higher consciousness and expectations are related. Expectation squeezes the mind. We become limited. We start behaving at the surface level. We don't watch what is happening in the mind. That causes all these challenges in our life. We are known by our actions. We both may have 15 or 20 degrees or certifications. It will not matter. My action speaks. And what is that action? It has three elements: thought, speech, action. It begins with the thought. So if I start thinking in this way of giving nature, bypassing the expectations, my speech definitely will shine and will be refined. Why? It is supported by the kindness, it is supported by the compassion, it is supported by the love, it is supported by the care. And then what will happen to our action? Our action will make me free, will purify the mind every time I do this. Is your mind waiting? Yes, even waiting for me to say something is okay. But at the same time, At the same time, you are aware of the breath, body, thoughts, as if they are unrelated to you. The moment you relate it, plus expectation, and it reaches to a point where we have already squeezed our mind. From that squeezing mind, our thought, speech, and action takes a negative dimension, even when the other situation, person has no intention to make me crazy, I become crazy. When we are committed as a seeker, the teacher teaching you in the Eastern wisdom honors your commitment as a seeker, respects you, cares you much more than anyone. So it means when I am not a seeker, no, teacher is giving much more care and the love. How come? We will understand that. No, just do nothing. You're just sitting. Just sitting. So just sitting means awareness. Just sitting means the freedom. Just sitting means that joy and the peace is oozing out from inside you. Keep sitting as long as you can. Even when I conclude that, it is always good. When you return from the meditation, then you keep sitting at least for another 15 or 20 minutes to know, to discover where the mind is going. That will give you a sign of the progress or otherwise. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, stay there for a while and know your experiences. Bring the hands down slowly. Be seated, same in that station, in that position, and then wait. Check what is happening in your mind. At least for 10 to 15 minutes, so that the inner attitude will start expressing in terms of its behavior. Namaste.